Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to my Gregtech New Horizons series. I'm just doing a little bit over by the altar, and I've decided I'm gonna go ahead and craft up a spawner. Now I just captured a witch, but every single witch is infernal, so not sure how that's going to affect this. So it says Witch of the Undead. I think that's because it's infernal. I don't know. But I did lay a... there's an energy line coming into a capacitor. And then what I did was... The reason I did a capacitor is because I did a conduit line and an RF line. I wanted them in the same block, and you can't do that with like Gregtech cables or anything, so that's the reason I did that. I just realized now that should be okay, I think. Yeah, it doesn't. I was gonna cover these up. I just realized I forgot. I'm not gonna worry about that, I think. Yeah, they're gonna stand on it, and they may get trapped on here, but the well is going to attack them. I did change the well out to the other one. I've done that twice now, I think. Expanded that room a little bit, but I think... Oh, what am I doing? I need to put the spawner in there. So, it's faster. Yeah, and I also put a trash can with a advanced item collector there. So, gotta be careful with what I drop here, because I'm gonna lose it if I'm not careful. Let's active with sickle. I don't I don't need that going. That's right, I need the octetic. I think I have one over in the soul binder, if I remember. I think both of those are attached, right? I assume. Oh, I just lost. See, I gotta be careful with that. It's gone. Because if they die and I don't want this whole thing filling up with items. All right, really quick, let's get the... I mean, do I really need the octetic? I don't know. Let's take a look. Because they're not going to be... I remember... trying to remember with this... I think if there is too many mobs in range or whatever, it won't spawn anymore. I think. Oh, whatever. Why don't we just throw it in there? Yeah. Alright, and then I guess we'll just do this. It's always weird with the mufflers. Can't hear the... Yeah, see, I lost some of my dirt. Whoops. But that should turn it on, if I did it right. Yeah. Alright, so let's see what that spawns. Although I do have... I don't know, are they... I guess they're... Are they infernal? I can't tell, actually. I actually have bones on them. I kind of needed bones. I had to farm for them. But, oh well. So we'll just let that run, and then... I think, yeah, like I said, if it fills up too much, if there's too many, then it won't spawn anymore. Which kind of looks like... it's already there. Oh well. That seems like... Do I need another muffler? I thought the two mufflers were fine. I don't know, maybe... We'll see how loud it is. I don't know how loud it's going to be on the recording. But anyway, I'm gonna just kind of like leave this, and yeah, there we go. There is that. I think that may be faster. Definitely will be faster when I replace these out though. But anyway, that's enough of that for now. We'll just let that run, and yeah, let me continue to craft everything up here. All right, and really quick, I have gone ahead and replaced a whole bunch of these with the Runes of Sacrifice. It actually hasn't, it didn't take that long. Actually, I did 16. I did 16 Runes of Sacrifice, and then I kind of did that all at once, and then I did another batch of 16 because it actually sped up quite a bit. So I just have this kind of running, and we set up another thing for the next tier slates, and it's been running for a few hours, I think. I don't know the exact amount of time, but as we can see, it's just kind of chugging away. And yeah, the nice thing is I don't have to stand here. So I can go do other stuff, and this will continue to fill up. So I'm gonna go with Rune of Sacrifice is probably much better. Especially on this version. I know in like the later versions, there is that like altar thing that boosts how much you get from it, so that is actually makes it worthwhile. But I feel like in this version of Blood Magic, the Rune of Sacrifice is the way to go. Unfortunately, mobs don't spawn in this guarded dimension, so I kind of made it a bit more difficult for myself than it needed to be. So instead of doing Rune of Sacrifice from the very beginning, I would have just done a mob farm above it, but they don't spawn in it, so yeah, I'm thinking I like where we're at kind of right now. I could have done a mob spawner originally as well. Maybe like above it or something like that. I could have done that as well, but yeah. Self-sacrifice was kind of fun. Doing the potions and kind of exploring that, but I definitely feel like the Runes of Sacrifice are the way to go. But yeah, that's just gonna tick away. But yeah, we'll come back to that when I get everything sorted out for that, because I need 10 million of the, or 15 million essence in my own personal network. I need to get a whole bunch of runes, and yeah, we'll just leave that. But I think for today, I want to kind of get back into a bit of tech here. So one of the last kind of things we need to work out here is the if we want to craft up the UV solar panel, which I kind of want to do. And I do think this is kind of insanely expensive, to be honest. But yeah, these nano circuits I feel like are way too expensive. But yeah, I want to at least check them out and see how difficult, or see what we're kind of looking at to craft these. I am going to need to do a couple more quantum computers, I believe. Or maybe I can, oh, I don't know. I'd have to kind of figure that out. Maybe I could put better circuits in there. I don't actually know. I would have to kind of work that out. And see, I feel like I did do testing and I got to 100% heat and nothing happened. So I don't know if that is currently working, but I don't know. Maybe we'll get to that. But as we remember, for the Bioware circuits require bioprocessor. Yeah, these things. I feel like I did the math on it, and it was something like I think it was something like 8,000 seaweed that we needed for the biocells, if I kind of remember, per circuit. So like that is kind of insane to me. There is a way to get it, and that is the is it the biovat? Bio something. What is that? UV BioLED? I have no idea what that is, actually. I mean, it's super easy to make. I don't know. I would have to test that out. Multi-use bioengineering station. I don't know if that's not what I'm looking for the, man, what was it called? A vat or something? Bacterial vat. Yeah. So I did a bit of testing and I did get this to finally work. And what you can do is this seaweed that we can farm, hopefully, goes in, if I can get it. Where is it? Here, let's try this. Seaweed broth. There it is. So 64 seaweed gets 50 seaweed broth. Like that. Holy cow, is that insane ratio? But some Ingerium, Mitral, or I have no idea how to say it, and seaweed gets 50 of that. And then you can 10 of those turn into 32 of those. So like, like that. I don't know. I feel like I would need like millions of seaweed just to get one circuit. I guess we can check it out. I still don't know. The amount of seaweed needed moving forward is, I feel like it's still pretty unbalanced. So I may do something with that, but I think we might as well, let's get this set up. We can take a look at how it works and get the thing set up, and then I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that, but yeah, just if I need 8,000 seaweed, I mean, per circuit, like that's just crazy to me that it's that much. But all right, let me kind of sort out where I want to do. I guess the first thing I'm going to need is, I need to farm the seaweed. So there is, unfortunately, there's no crop for this. Like, these do not work on, there's no like IC2 crop for the seaweed, so that is a bit of an issue. I can get these seeds, no problem. But the question is, how are we going to farm it? I feel like, I don't know. Are we going to do it with this? Am I going to do it with a Ender.io farmer? I need to kind of sort this out, how I want to farm the seaweed. Yeah, so let me figure that out and we will come back. All right, I am crafting up a matic, a neutronium matic. So I have that going in the extruder. It's going to take a second. I don't know if those have... Yeah, I don't think it's finished yet. It was about 10 minutes, I think, for the pieces. But I'm getting as like good as I can get matic for the Ender.io thing. And we have, I have some seaweed. Must have gotten that from... I'm assuming they probably come from like water. I don't know if this would... I wonder if that would be something to maybe look into. I wonder how fast you get it through the fishing thing. I've never built that. Maybe that's something to... Does it mean... I really don't know, actually. Does that mean every 5 seconds you get one of these if you put a circuit of 15? I don't know. Maybe that could be something to look up, but I wanted to try this out just to kind of see how this works. Now, be sure this stuff... Yeah, it can be... This can be tilled, this fertilized dirt. And I don't know... Yeah, I don't know how fast this... I don't know if this is going to grow any faster on the fertilized dirt. Doesn't appear to be going super fast, so that's... I mean, we're only at growth 0, so... If I need thousands of this stuff, this is going to be the issue. So will that... Question is, will that harvest this? I don't have a matic in it. Let's put a matic in. And will that harvest? It takes a second to kind of like... Alright, so it did harvest it. drops all the way down to 0. So yeah, that's something. And now I think a world accelerator would work with this. Getting the power over here would be a bit of an issue because they pull so much. Alright, so that is definitely a thing that we could do. Man, is that slow. That would, yeah, this is like, Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a viable method to get that much. Maybe I should look into that fishing thing. I'm just kind of curious how it works. It's very large. No, alright. So it looks like circuit of 15 will get a seaweed, but it's not like every 5 seconds you get it. It's just, it probably pulls from like a table which seaweed just happens to be on. So, I'm thinking maybe a world accelerator would be... Man, it is just so slow. All right, let me kind of decide how to do this. All right, I have gone ahead and crafted up a sprinkler. Not too difficult, just some dark steel, aluminum, gold. And this is definitely speeding up the process, but I still don't think this is... I don't know if this is going to be viable enough, to be honest. Could just kind of let it go. I think this is like 8. Is it 8? I'm assuming this is kind of... Yeah, I definitely don't have that. Must go out. It looks like it goes out 4, is it, from the sprinkler? Yeah, so I'm gonna have to move this, definitely. But maybe this is something to check out. But I want to... We'll just let that kind of run. I want to check out the world accelerator. I'm curious as how fast that goes. Is that all we got? Well, I'm gonna need this anyway. Let me check to see if this is... Alright, so that one's done. Yeah, 300 seconds for the tool rod. Alright, so I guess we could just throw this in like over here, kind of, and I don't know. Fortunately, I don't have this set up ideally for this. Is that going to be... No. Is this an empty... Alright, so let's try there. We'll put fertilized dirt here, and I'm just curious. Also, does it need to be... I have a feeling maybe it needs to be here. Is that where that needs to be? I really don't know, actually. Yeah, because the fertilized dirt probably doesn't need to be sped up. I think it would need this block, wouldn't it? I don't know. Let's try. Does this speed this up? Alright, doesn't look like it's doing anything super crazy here. No, that doesn't look like that is speeding that up. Let's try one more. Let's see if the dirt will make a difference. I was kind of hoping this would be like super quick, but it doesn't look like it's working. I'm assuming that's a tile entity, right? Yeah, it doesn't look like that's gonna work. Alright, so maybe we should check out the fishing thing. I'm just kind of curious how fast it goes. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's sped up a little bit when it was down here. I'm curious if... Why don't we try not in tile entity mode? I'm pretty sure that needs to be in tile. I could be wrong, though. What is it? Screwdriver? Alright. So that... Okay, so that definitely sped that up. Alright, so now we're talking here. Alright. So it needs to be in block mode for that to work, which is actually cool because the world accelerator is cheaper if you have it in. It's like it's half the energy. All right, so that went actually pretty quick, and it does a radius. I can't remember the radius of the UV one. Max radius of 8. So if you think about this, I could have... Curious how much that would pull with... let's turn that... Alright, let's turn it to blocks. I'm just kind of curious how much... Alright, it looks like it's pulling 3 amps of... 3 amps of UV, which is definitely... Oops. That's definitely not going to be an issue. Yeah, and then I think it pulls 8 amps if it's in tile entity mode. 6 amps it's pulling. Alright, 3 amps though, that is definitely not... Okay, so things are kind of starting to look up here. Maybe, alright, I'm going to do another... world accelerator here, and I think, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna craft up a world accelerator. So a radius of 8. That would be 8 out, right? Am I crazy? Or would that be 4? No. Diameter of 8 would be 4 out from the machine. Does this really have that big of a... I'll have to test that out. Max radius of 8. Because if it... Okay, so that could be like... This whole field would be 1 accelerator. Alright, so now things are starting to look up a bit here. For the seaweed. And a quick update here. I am upgrading this line. But I gotta figure out how many amps need to be going down and stuff. So it's taking me a second. But I did notice occasionally when it breaks these plants, when it harvests them, it like pulls up the plant. It doesn't always, like sometimes I came back and there was a whole bunch missing. So I'm assuming that's from the thing. So I'm gonna have to feed it seeds again. And I'm thinking, since I won't need this anymore, I'm gonna have to do like a export bus with a crafting thing. Because I'm pretty sure when this harvests, it doesn't get seeds. So I'm going to have to do like the seaweed to whatever recipe. I'll have to do that. I don't... Does this... Can you... I don't actually know. Can you plant these? Yeah, you can't plant those directly. They do have to be the seeds. So, yeah, I'm going to have to do an export bus with the crafting card on it, I think. Just to keep this full of seaweed, the seeds. But that's actually going... Just the sprinkler alone is actually pretty fast. But I want to do it with the world accelerator. I think that's kind of fun. That's kind of like super techy. Kind of fits with the pack. But basically I'm just trying to figure out here how many the amps I need for everything. Like, what's running over here? Is the distillation tower running? Is this running? Pretty sure this is running, right? Yeah. Let me turn this off. This is probably full though, isn't it? Yeah, that's... that's not going to turn off for a while. All right, I just want to turn those off, and basically I think I'm just going to do... All right, so this is a 4x cable. What I think I'm going to do is... I need not a matic, we need wire cutters. Instead of trying to figure out every single amp, I'm just going to do... Since these can hold 8 amps of ZPM, I'm just going to do an 8 amp ZPM diode, I think. Did that actually connect? It did, but it needs... Yeah, the dot needs to be facing the direction it's going. And then I will do... I do have some superconductor. Let's break that, and then I will do a... I'm just going to place this temporarily down. This is... Let me just make sure I have these. Wonder why those don't... I don't know why they don't match. Right, input, yeah. And then we'll do, this one will be, that one will be permanent. But I don't want the 16 amps coming out. So that's why I'm limiting it to the 80 ZPM, just in case. I don't know if that's necessary. And then I guess we'll connect this. All right, well, no explosions. That's always a good sign. All right, so this one, yeah, that one's set, I think. We'll just cover that up. And let's paint this blue again. I should just use the superconductor wires, but nah. The base is just cheaper. All right, so that one's set. Now I need to, I guess we could just, yeah. I'm just trying to do this. So I don't get confused. So that's all good. So now I need to do this part. So we got this going off here, and then I got to figure out kind of what's going into here. I think this is 6 amps. So I guess I'll have to do another diode, and then yeah, another diode. Or though, I could just, to be honest, I could just upgrade this to a UV hatch. Should I do that? Yeah, I have plenty of UV energy hatches. I need to do another diode though. So this is the reason I kind of wanted to not have anything broken, because now I need to craft up. So this is kind of why I'm doing it in parts. So, all right, so I'm gonna have to do another, I guess a UV diode, and then I can replace this. All right, and then I don't have to have a transformer. Anyway, let me continue getting all this upgraded here. I have a couple more offshoots here that we got to figure out. And yeah, we'll take a look at how fast this goes when we get the world accelerator over there for before we wrap up the episode. All right, I'm just making the last of the things here. I've gotten all the... And I'm like... Well, here, I need to pull out like all those, I think. Really got to clean up my system. All right, but there is that. And then I guess we need... Oh, we can do it that way, I guess. We need 1 seaweed. We have the export bus. Crafting card. Remember if an acceleration card will speed up the crafting? I don't think so. May need it. Actually, no. I'm going to throw this underneath. I'm going to test this out. I don't actually know. I'm going to borrow this one. Now, it says a radius of 8. I don't know if that is like above it. Is that a radius of 8? On the Y level as well? I actually don't know. Like, is it a 3D? Is that a 3D radius? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw it underneath here and see what happens. Really have no idea. I guess right there. Yeah. All right, let's. All right, it does look like it is doing it. Yeah. All right. As we can see, this is pretty fast here. The kind of issue though is this isn't fast enough. Is there any way we could speed this up? I'm gonna have to figure out if this is. If I can get this. I can never find this network tool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some testing here and see if I can figure out a way to speed this up. So crafting card, that in there. Should fill those all up. Yeah, don't need this, I don't think. Let's throw this down. I guess I could. I'll just use this, I guess. All right, so there that goes. Is that going to have an issue filling up? Oh, I didn't think about that actually. I guess I'll need maybe an import bus. Let me just use an import bus. Do I even have enough channels over here? I actually don't even know. May not have enough channels on this over here. Yeah, it looks like I don't. I'm okay. I'm gonna have to get this. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's on. All right, and then. All right, so the world accelerator definitely is working here. I got some more kind of figuring out here to do though, because we are not harvesting that anywhere near fast enough with this, with the IO thing. Yeah, because look at that, like the whole thing is basically, I mean it does it by row, I don't know, we'll kind of get a better idea of it, but basically this stuff is, I feel like, yeah, look at that, that is, it's like at full growth and it's just sitting there. The nice thing about this dirt is also you don't need water. It doesn't work with the, I don't think it works with the, well, it may work with the IC2 crops. I don't think it'll speed up the growth, but yeah, so, I mean, we're getting to pretty fast here. Can't complain with that. But yeah, we definitely got to figure out a way to maybe speed this up. All right, well, I'm going to have to do some testing here. And I think we got our seaweed situation taken care of, though. All right, so next episode, we will come back and we'll take a look at this whole process to turn that seaweed into the seaweed we need for the T-SETI seaweed. So there's going to be a bit of a process here. So we'll build the bacterial vat, and then we're going to have to get this stuff figured out. Most of this stuff we have, but yeah, we'll take a look at that next episode. So anyway, thanks for watching and have a good one.